When my mom was 3 months pregnant with me, the doctor said, "You must choose today between your eyes or your baby." And she said, "The choice is made. I choose my baby." And the doctor slammed shut his folder and said, "What a foolish decision," and left the room. In her mind and in her heart that day was the verse in Deuteronomy, "I've set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Choose life, that you and your descendants may live." Myself, I have 2 boys and I'm a mom. And every day I think about this story. I literally think about the choice that my mom has made, because there are so many little sacrifices that we make for our children. And it's in those moments where when I walk into a dark room looking for my baby who's crying and I don't want to turn on the light to wake the other one, and I'm feeling in the bed to look for my son. Those are the moments where I'm like, what did my mom do when she was raising us? And so we children, we siblings know that there is a price that my parents paid to have us. And when we were little, my mom would always say, "Girls, treat each other like a treasure. We are a treasure." And so from the very beginning, my parents were so good to teach us about life and the treasure of life, that we must treat each other like a treasure. And that's something that I'm passing to my boys. Boys, treat each other like a treasure the Lord gave us to each other. And I think when my sisters and I talk to other moms, other young moms, it's hard. Day in, day out, constant asking questions, making decisions, feeding little mouths. It's a hard job at the moment, what seems like a job. But my mom has been such a good example to choose life, even in choosing positivity in those times of trial, or just the constant changing diapers. Life is more than just a decision. Life is more than just a baby. It's a lifestyle. And are we fully devoted to that? I feel like young moms that I've even talked to, we are in the throes of daily motherhood, but have we stepped back to look at the mission that the Lord has given us? And there are so many other women that I know that are desperately wanting to have a baby, and even single women wondering, I wonder what it's like to have a family one day, and we're complaining about the diapers that we're changing, or we're complaining about the carpooling. And life is the gift. We're in the middle of the gift. Living in a culture where we have to measure ourselves up to something else or someone else, or to another image or to another idea, totally blurs our sight on who we are. We are the handiwork. We are the masterpiece of the Lord, and that He has framed our image. He wove us together in our mother's womb. There is a particular purpose for each of us individually. And I think as I started to, I'm tempted so many times to look at culture. It's in our face. How can we not? But I'm tempted so many times to think, maybe I should be that, or I must not be measuring up because so-and-so's doing this and I'm not, or whatever the case may be. I think that when we look at our face in the mirror of the Word of God, of our Creator, the one who knows us, and the one He knows the number of our days, He knows the number of hairs on our head. He's the one that truly loves us and cares for us. He knows us. And there have been very dark times where I have had to remind my soul, remind my heart of the goodness of the Lord, and that He knows more than I do. He knows the days before I wake up to them. And He is a lover of my soul. And when I rest in that, when I face that fact that He loves me, oh my goodness, I could conquer anything. And so His love is strong, His love is beautiful, and And He's always been faithful, even in the times where I've needed hope. I've had to borrow some hope from a friend. I've had to borrow some hope from people that love the Lord. And the Lord has not asked us to walk a path that's a lonely path. He has given us Himself. He has given us His Son to walk the path that we could never. And so it's so encouraging and brings me joy to think that I am not alone. I am not alone.